Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for November 2025. You have this card that says prosperity lies ahead, and this card that says confidence is your key to success. So there you go, Sag. It does seem to be a prosperous month, November, which is kind of a little bit surprising, although I'm not so sure. Maybe I shouldn't be as surprised as I have been. But everybody has had like really good abundance cards this month. I don't necessarily think that it's going to be like magical abundance, like we're going to have to work for it, but it does seem like the energy is there for people to be able to create a lot of abundance. And I would take advantage of it. I would be doing something to increase your abundance, or I would be doing something to kind of like increase the momentum as well in work or business or whatever it is you're doing. Here we go. We have another card of abundance and another one right here as well. So this looks pretty good here, Sag. You start in your current general energies with the Eight of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. Eight of Cups is about walking away from things that no longer serve you. And we're all kind of doing this right now. I think we're getting that final hug and a kiss goodbye from Saturn and Neptune in Pisces, right? And so they're going to be in Pisces until January and February of next year. And, I think that, especially Neptune and Pisces, because, Neptune won't return to Pisces again in our lifetimes. It's going to be, a very long time before it comes back around. And Neptune and Pisces kind of makes us question our traditional beliefs, or just the things that we've always believed, or the things about ourselves that we've always believed. That's like part of it. So a lot of us could be given a hug and a kiss goodbye to things that we don't want to believe about ourselves anymore. And we could be changing and becoming more confident, right? You have that card. It says confidence is your key to your success. So I feel that a lot of you could be reflecting on those things. November, that's one thing I will say about November, is like it does seem to be a good time to reflect on those things about yourself that you want to let go of, or that you want to change about yourself, right? And I would definitely do that. You have the Ten of Pentacles, which is great. I'm pretty sure almost everybody has had the Ten of Pentacles. I really think it's because Uranus will be retrograding into Taurus in the middle of the month. Uranus and Taurus, it kind of wants us to create or build and leave a legacy. And the Ten of Pentacles is building or leaving a legacy. And the Ten of Pentacles doesn't have to be anything like super amazing. It can be. But it can also be something small that you just want to change in your life, that you want to make more permanent. Ten of Pentacles is kind of like the big picture of your life. It's everything you want and desire in your life. And so you're all different. You all want different things, but it could be a good time to start working towards those things. The other thing I would say about the Ten of Pentacles is that it can be a card of like hidden or secret information. It's not really that it's hidden or secret. We just have to look for it. So if you are trying to accomplish something great right now, Sagittarius, I would be learning as much as you can about whatever it is that you're doing, because the more you learn, the more you earn with the Ten of Pentacles. You have the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is about being bold, being assertive, really going for what you want. She has this sunflower right here, and it points towards the sun. I pretty much think this is the best thing that Sagittarius could be doing right now, is following your bliss. Whatever makes you feel excited or optimistic or hopeful for the future, those are the things that I would be focused on and working on. And it could literally be anything. It could be your job, it could be your health, it could be love. Whatever makes you feel hopeful is exactly what I would be nurturing with this Queen of Wands energy. I do feel like very driven this month for you. I feel like you feel very much more driven to me, much more motivated, which is probably a good thing for you, Sag. I think this will continue into the new year as well. So, definitely probably a good thing. With the Eight of Cups, you have the Five of Wands. Yeah, we're getting to the end of competition. I believe that we're entering into a time of co-creation. We have Pluto and Aquarius. Pluto and Aquarius is a time of co-creation. Pluto affects an entire generation. It'll be in Aquarius for like 19 years. Or like 19-ish more years. And so we are all being asked to walk away from kind of like competition. That doesn't really mean competition is bad. It doesn't really mean that competition is going anywhere. It just means that the people who focus more on co-creation are going to get better benefits, are going to see better results in what they're doing. The Five of Wands is actually a really good card for studying the competition. So in work or business or even love or anything else you're doing, studying the competition, seeing what they're doing, seeing what they're not doing, and kind of coming up with different solutions or being willing to be different. That's another big theme with Pluto and Aquarius. I believe that people who are set themselves apart, people who do things in a unique way, that's like the only way that you'll be able to stand out. So that's what I would do there. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Ace of Wands. A lot of passion this month for you here, Sagittarius. We see some passionate cards. The Ace of Wands is like out with the old, in with the new. And, this could be you almost building like a new kingdom in your life, right? The castle in the background here is meant to look like it's crumbling. And the Ace of Wands kind of does represent building a new kingdom or, building something new in your life. And with the Ten of Pentacles, same exact thing. There is a castle on the Ten of Pentacles. I think, and I just say I think because I don't actually know, but I have always felt that the Ten of Pentacles is something that we have to build. Like, yeah, it's a very good card, but I just don't think it's something that we just magically get. I think that the Ten of Pentacles is basically our vision for a perfect life, but we have to build it, right? And it seems to me like that's what you're doing. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Lovers twice in this reading, here and here with the Empress, which is very good. Also very good that we have the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups. I think that this would be one person if you're looking for love, but it could be someone who's like very emotionally connected and also very stable, which is nice, right? Obviously, we all should be wanting to attract a stable person, not a nut, right? Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this denial card. It says, are you refusing to face the reality about some aspect of your financial life? You have this teacher card. It says you have an ability to impart knowledge and guide others towards their inner light. So a lot of you could be helping guide people or helping to show people how to live a better life, and I think that would be a good thing for you. I do think you have the Devil in this row. So with the denial card, it could be a good time to look at any blockages. Again, the end of Neptune and Pisces, right? I think like right now is an amazing time to look for blockages. But again, Neptune and Pisces is traditional belief. So, you have to think back to your childhood, basically. And you have to think about like, how was I raised? Did your parents tell you a million times when you were younger that money doesn't grow on trees? You probably have a money block, right? Or something else. Did something else happen that created some sort of blockage in your life? And we all have these blockages, and right now is an amazing time to think about how to remove them. Next, also in the row of what's coming in for you, you have the King of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, and the Devil. Definitely could be a new person. Knight of Pentacles can be a little bit slow or slower than you're used to. This is not necessarily a bad thing, especially during a Mercury retrograde. Like you might be, sometimes I think, we can get into a connection and maybe we're not sure if a person really likes us at first or not because they're like not rushing things. I think in today's day and age, it's like everybody's rushing right into the bedroom, right? And so maybe this person is like taking their time and you might be, I just get this feeling that if you're attracting love this month, you might think like, does this person like me? And I'm here to tell you, yes. I just think that this person isn't rushing and maybe you're just not used to it, right, Sag? So I kind of get that feeling. The other thing that I think you need to do here is invest in your feelings. The King of Cups is sitting in the middle of the ocean, and it represents the fact that he has very deep emotions, or he has explored his emotions to a very deep level. The Knight of Pentacles has those empty fields behind him. It's like these two cards are saying to me that you have something that you feel you should work on in your life. Knight of Pentacles says, yes, it will grow because you have the Empress. The Empress is growing something. So I feel that your feelings could be telling you like what to work on or, what to create or what to nurture this month. And I would really pay attention. You have the Seven of Cups, a lot being spoiled for choice, having a lot of options. All year for 2025, we've been talking to you Sag, about variety. And all year, actually, I would say maybe like starting in May or June, it seemed to me like your readings were talking about how Sagittarius is kind of returning to their Sagittarius self, right? And it's kind of funny. We have this Mercury retrograde in Sag this month, right? And it's like it could be reminding you of who you used to be or who you are. And the Seven of Cups is about going and experiencing variety, which is probably the best thing that Sagittarius could do right now, because it's almost like you have the opportunity to create your own encyclopedia in your life. It's like, I don't really know what I'm trying to say here, Sagittarius, other than I think if we go out and give ourselves variety, like let's say we're trying to accomplish something in business, if we learn a bunch of different things, then we have a lot more that we can pull from that can make us successful. It's like, but we have to pull from different sources. And Seven of Cups that's sometimes what the Seven of Cups wants us to do. It wants us to have experiences because that allows us to pull from different sources and makes us much more successful in life. And so I kind of feel this is like saying, go and get new sources, but do it through experience, right? Do it by physically doing things, and that's how you can become very successful. You have the Devil, like I was saying, blockages. So you're the only person that had a message like this. If you asked me at the beginning of the year, I would have said that basically everybody would get a message like this because of Neptune and Pisces, but I was wrong. So basically only you have been getting this message of needing to look at those past blockages and needing to remove them. I really feel it will make you feel a lot more free. And also, clearly, this card here said that you need to face some sort of reality in regards to your finances, but I think fixing it will be worth it. With the King of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Page of Swords. This could be like a secret admirer type situation, either you or them or both of you, right? Could be spying on each other. So, I don't know. Definitely could be a love connection where someone has their eye on you. I do feel like you will find out, or vice versa, they will find out. We go down to the Tower. Luckily, the Tower is showing up in the good stuff, so I'm not too worried about it in your reading, but it could represent a surprise, or you could be surprised that someone is interested. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Knight of Swords. Yeah, Knight of Swords comes up a lot during Mercury retrogrades, I've noticed. Knight of Swords says don't rush, right? Knight of Swords is being too hasty, moving too quickly, trying to force something to happen. So none of that this month. I think it would be better for you to look at all the options and make a decision maybe a little bit more slowly, or, kind of... It's not like saying you can't move quickly, but I feel that the Knight of Swords and Seven of Cups is saying, before you make a move, think about it, plan it out, look at all your options, then make your move. And that's what I would do here. With the Devil, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, just working on those blockages, like I said. Eight of Pentacles is also focus. Seven of Cups with the Devil would be a lack of focus, or it would be distractions. So the Eight of Pentacles, he's only working on one thing. And all the fire signs had a message about needing to only work on one thing in the month of November, and don't spread yourself too thin. And I think that would be the best thing for you. You actually have the Eight of Pentacles twice in this reading. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Juno card. It says partnership, in this first house that says arrival. So literally could be the arrival of a new connection coming in for you here, Sag. I also think this could be, if you don't want love, or if you already have it, even if you do want love, this could also be your connection to yourself. Like you have the Empress, and she is a card of self-care, nurturing yourself, taking care of yourself. So a lot of you could also be just taking better care of yourself. Also, Sag, make sure to like and leave a comment. Really helps me out. But you have the Two of Swords, the Lovers, and the King of Pentacles. The Two of Swords sometimes is not seeing something, right? So again, I think the solution here is very simple. It is to get a variety of experiences. She is thinking this or that, but really she has this third place, this third option behind her, this island. And all she has to do is put her swords down and turn around and take her blindfold off, and she will see that there is another way that things can be done. So if you're feeling trapped, between a rock and a hard place, basically. There might be more options if you give yourself a variety of options by doing research, by going and having experiences, learning from different people, reading books, all that stuff. And I feel that's really what the Two of Swords is saying. It's like saying you're not stuck if you're feeling stuck right now. I don't really feel like you feel that stuck to me, but maybe some of you. And I feel it's just saying look for other ways of doing things. You have the Lovers again, so definitely could be a surprise connection with the Tower coming in for you, or I don't know. I just feel like some of you could be meeting it's like you meet a person or you find a person where you don't think they'll be interested, but they are. So I don't know what that means. It could be like you find someone who you think is better than you, or maybe you think this person's a little out of your league or whatever, but I would go for it, Sag. It looks good to me, so definitely could be a solid connection. With the Two of Swords, the Lovers traditionally was a card called the Crossroads. It kind of represented having a choice to make in love. I think that in a general reading, the Lovers can represent just having a choice to make. And with the Two of Swords in this card, the Lover sometimes I feel says, pick the new direction. It's almost like the card is saying you've been down that road before. Like if you have two choices right now, it's like maybe one is a choice that you've already made before in the past and something else is completely new. And, it can feel safe to go down that same road that you've already been down. But, I feel like everything is in the future for you, Sag. It's like everything that you want is down something else, doing something else, being more spontaneous, more playful, being your Sagittarius self, exploring new ideas, new paths, right? And I feel like that's what this card wants. You have the King of Pentacles. Again, definitely could be an earth sign that you're attracting. I like the King of Pentacles because he's like very stable. He wants to put the work in. He wants something permanent in his life. And he doesn't mess around and play games. So, could be a very good person. I also love this for your finances because I think a lot of you are clearly doing something to improve your financial situation. And he is the card of wealth building. But, again, part of wealth building is overcoming money blocks and practicing good financial hygiene and things like that. So, he would do all the nerdy stuff, right? He has a bank account. He has an extra bank account where he saves money. He would have an investment account and he would learn about his investments. He would do all the boring stuff, right? That is the thing with Uranus and Taurus. I always tell people, be careful of investing during Uranus and Taurus because Uranus and Taurus, if we just like throw money at something, we will lose it. If we do our research, if we understand the ins and outs of an investment, and we understand why we are making it, then things will go well. But you have to be like a little bit of a financial nerd to be able to make good investments during Uranus and Taurus. So you don't have to be a genius either. All you have to do is you have to understand why. Why are you doing it, right? And if you understand that, then things will go well. With the Two of Swords, you have the Nine of Cups. It's like wish fulfillment or getting something you wish for. The problem, again, the thing with wishes right now for everyone is that we have Neptune and Pisces, which makes us have a dream or a wish that we want to accomplish. But it can feel very big with Neptune and Pisces. It can feel a little bit impossible. And, again, this is our last chance to accomplish the impossible dream. The other thing with Neptune and Pisces is it might look very different, meaning that we can have this big ass dream during Neptune and Pisces. Neptune and Pisces is like, okay, yes, go for it, make it happen. But how it happens will probably be different than we think. So we have to be flexible. We have to work towards things, and we have to pivot and be willing to pivot and be willing to learn new things if we don't know something. Like we have to complete the process. And we also have to realize that the actual vision will be different than what happens down here on Earth. But that doesn't mean we won't accomplish a dream. It just means we're going to get there in a different way. And as long as you're willing to do that, you'll probably accomplish your wish. With the Lovers, you have the Six of Pentacles. I would just take your time. To me, Six of Pentacles is like the tennis match of love. You hit the ball to their side. You wait for them to hit the ball to your side. As long as there's, good equal give and take, a little bit of back and forth, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, Sagittarius with a person, then great. Keep going. As long as they are continuing to invest. It just seems to me like it's something that you're going to move forward with slowly. But again, I don't think that's a problem. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Swords. Yes, financial blockages, right? Eight of Swords is only seeing one way of doing things when there are many. So we have to stay a little bit more flexible and open and kind of, look at all the solutions, which the whole entire reading is basically saying. Next, in the good stuff, you have this Phoenix rising. It says, you've been through the fire and rising up anew and embracing life in a deeper way. Very good. You have this tears of remorse. It says, make peace with your regrets and allow the past to guide your future actions. Yes, we've kind of been saying that. So again, I think that there is like a road that you have been down before, Sagittarius, and that is one option. And I feel like you have a new option, which is a new path, a new journey that you could be starting. And I feel like this tears of remorse card is saying, like, going the new direction, you still have everything you learned from that past thing. You know what I mean? So it's like you can apply what you learned to the new direction and it will be much more successful because you're kind of doing something new. And, obviously that's what I would do. You have the Empress, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Tower. Empress, very good, abundance, energy, very good for being attractive at this time as well. So if you want love, you have to get attention, and the Empress wants you to go out there and get attention. The other thing about the Empress is she wants to do things like easily. That does not mean that life is going to be easy, but it also doesn't mean that life has to be a struggle. She does things that she can do well. And so I think you should focus on your skills and focus on what actually produces a result. And if you do that, things will go well. You have the Eight of Pentacles. Again, Eight of Pentacles is straightforward, diligent work. He's just putting the work into these 8 Pentacles, and that's it. He's picking one thing and seeing it through to the end. I would, literally today. Today is October 26th. This will be published on the 27th. If you're watching this before November, I would, say, I'm going to do this one thing in November. I would decide now because we hit the Mercury retrograde on November 9th, right? So you have from now until November 9th to make up your mind on one thing that you want to work on, and I would make it your focus the entire month. It could be clearing up a financial block would be a good idea. It could be that you want to work on self-improvement or a business, whatever it is, doesn't matter. And I would just, kind of make it your focus for the next month. You have the Tower. The Tower in the good stuff can say that you are either healing from a Tower moment, you're moving past a Tower moment, or you're seeing that a Tower moment in the past was a good thing. The whole point of the Tower is that these people are coming down to reality, and they're seeing reality for how it actually is. And personally, I like the Tower because, why would you want to ignore reality? But like I said, I think some of you are just basically getting answers on a Tower moment. With the Empress, you have the King of Wands, which is good. We have the King and Queen of Wands with the Lovers right here and the Lovers here. So definitely could be attracting a divine counterpart with those two showing up here. King of Wands is really about being bold, being assertive, going for what you want. You have this card that says confidence is the key to your success. So clearly being confident is going to be important. Here you go. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups can be a knight in shining armor. Eight of Pentacles is straightforward, diligent work. This kind of makes me feel that you shouldn't necessarily, if you're finding a new connection, allow it to be simple, right? It's maybe you're questioning it, because maybe you meet a person this month, or maybe you're already with this person, and maybe it seems too easy, but maybe it actually is. Maybe it doesn't, what I'm trying to say is maybe there's nothing complicated about it. And is that a bad thing? No. Do you need the drama? I don't think so, right? So I kind of feel it's saying allow it to be easy. With the Tower, you have the Fool. There you go. So definitely could be taking a leap of faith onto a new path, like I've been saying this whole time. Or it's you're kind of moving in a new direction here, Sag. And I feel that will be a very good thing for you with the Fool. We're going to pull 5 cards from the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. You start with this card that says speculation on it. Yes, love. There are 2 people at the top of this card, and it can say you're wondering or you're speculating whether or not someone is interested in you. And like I said, there seem to be some questions. I'm wondering, I'm not calling you out or anything like that. I get it, Sagittarius, but I'm wondering if you're if sometimes I think if we meet a person and they're not complicated, you might be questioning it because maybe you are used to relationships that are way too complicated, right? And I feel this is saying no, the person is interested. You have this organization card. Yeah, it's an amazing time to get organized. We still have the South Node in Virgo, South Node in Virgo can be a little bit of a challenge because it can be a little bit, South Node in Virgo wants things to be clean. It doesn't like things that are messy or overcomplicated, but basically the South Node in Virgo wants us to realize that nothing is perfect, but you could be organizing or getting organized, which would help with that energy. Yeah, you have this acquisition card. This is the Sun in Taurus, and you have Taurus here, so could be attracting a Taurus with the King of Pentacles, but this is my fancy couple card, so definitely could be attracting a new person for sure. What do you know? You have this companionship card, so clearly there could be a companion. If you don't want love, this could be a friend or a person that supports you or guides you on your journey. So there you go. And finally, you have this choice card. What do you know? The whole entire reading was talking about a choice. I would pick the new path, right? It seems to me like you have a choice between something you've already done, something brand new. Obviously, I think the whole entire reading is saying pick the new path. But this looks very good, Sag. Make sure to leave a comment. Really helps me out. And definitely enjoy your month.